Welcome back, everybody.
Hey guys, I'm not sick anymore.
Well, first of all, no one. Well, I guess some people know. Okay,
I was sick.
Let's rewind. No. Welcome back, everybody. CHG podcast. My name is RJ.
Guys.
That's David. This is gaming.
Me.
This is the Casual Hardcore Gamers gaming podcast here. We were off last week because we didn't have time. Well, not because we had time, because we all got COVID, y'all. Yeah. Everyone got COVID. So for a few people who joined me in my Dark Souls streams that I've done, or that I was doing the last 2 weeks, I've told a few of the people that were there that I got COVID.
To be specific, RJ gave me COVID.
I'm not even done. I'm going to get into the specifics. Anyways, I got COVID. And then I got COVID the same day that David came to visit me. And it's actually the same day we did that one podcast, the last podcast we did when we were both together. That same day, I got COVID and he had to leave. But then he ended up getting COVID when he got back home like a few days later. And he gave it to his wife and she got COVID. Well, wait, hold on. Did you guys ever get tested?
I got tested. She didn't. She was just like...
Well, anyway, we're going to assume she had COVID. So they got COVID. I got COVID. I got it from my stepbrother. We don't know where he got it from. He just had it. Because like he and I were like recording Borderlands stuff, having a good old time. It was getting really good too. David was actually waking up. It was great. And then my mom messages me and she says, "Hey, your stepbrother has he just tested positive for COVID." And I'm like, I was so, because you guys don't understand. Okay, I haven't seen this man since May. All right, so it had been 7 months, and so I'm not gonna lie, I had half a mind to not say anything.
I could tell, dude. I could tell because you looked at your phone because you were like, hold up, and you looked at your phone and you read it, and you kind of put it down, and there was like pause, and you're like. And you didn't even look at me. You were like, my stepbrother has COVID. Like you just said it.
Because I realized what that would mean. My heart was broken, man. Because you don't understand, guys. Okay, we had an entire day. It was gonna be all recording. It was gonna be great, and we managed to get the podcast for us. The first thing we did, and then we got like 4. I think we got 4 or 5 episodes of Borderlands recorded before I got told what was up. But we were planning to do like a lot more Borderlands. We were going to do more Last of Us. We were going to and I had a couple other games. We would have done some 1v1 stuff we haven't done in years. Yeah. And so like it was a whole thing. And I might have even gotten him for a second day or part of another day while he was here, because he was here for like 4 or 5 days. So, like, that was all on the cards. It was all planned out. It was going to be great. I was so fucking excited. And then, like, that happened. I was like, I've been robbed. COVID took from me the one thing in this world that I was waiting for. So, like, I was so sad. Like, that whole day, I just sat down and just... I mean, yeah, I was sick too, but I was just like so depressed. I was just so deflated the whole day. I don't know how you were, but I was just...
Yeah, it sucked. I was like, oh man, this blows. And I just went back to my sister's house, which was like 40 degrees, and just tried to stay warm. That was all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it snowed. It snowed. It was snowing.
It was a freaking blizzard,
man. Yeah, we had. He got here after it snowed like 7-8 inches or whatever, which is a lot for us. True. I mean, it gets cold here all the time, but it doesn't always snow. No, and when it does snow, it doesn't always get this. Yeah. Not like this. Yeah, it was nuts. So he had to drive. Luckily, he was driving a truck or whatever, or SUV, so he got home just fine. But like, yeah, so there was that too. So we were also just fucking freezing, and so like it just fucking ruined everything. And I'd taken the week off from work, for all of that. Like I was like so excited for my week off from work. I was gonna do like a lot more like streaming and all that. They do a little Guitar Hero recording, and like I was sick with COVID. It was the best. And not only that, I gave it to my home. Like he gave it to my entire family because he must have had it during Christmas while we were all together opening gifts. Because when I got tested, my mom didn't tell me. Like my sister got it, her friend got it, and then we checked on TJ. My brother, he got it. His wife got it.
Your girlfriend got it.
Yeah, everyone got it. Everyone in the vicinity. That circle,
I'm sure everyone. I'm sure it was Omicron. Like
the only person who didn't was my stepdad. he was the only one who didn't get it, and that must have been because he like was here for the presents, but he had to leave to go to sleep, to go to work. So he must have had the least amount of exposure to it, and also he's not in the house as often either because he has his 2 jobs. So that must be why he just may not have as much exposure as the rest of us had to him. But yeah, he didn't get it. But then my mom got it, but she got fucked, bro. She didn't just get COVID.
Didn't she get pretty bad the first time she got it too?
She did, but we don't really. The doctors had no idea. They said technically it was negative, but it was like the flu times 10, bro. Like however she was out for like a month. Yeah, but like so it must have been COVID, like the first strain, like the crazy strain.
Yeah.
But this time she got COVID, but she got like I don't know, like I think COVID just flared up other shit because she also had a kidney infection. And then she got sepsis.
Ooh.
She got sepsis, bro. Like she said she's had that before, but
so like
pink eye. Oh gosh, yeah. So this must have flared up other things that so she's still recovering. She's been in the hospital twice now. She was just there last night, but they sent her back home. She says she just has a upper respiratory infection, but she does not have a good. Well, she's never had a good autoimmune system to begin with. So like it's just she's had the worst end of it. All of us have recovered except for her. She's the last one. So shout out to Mama.
All right, enough about COVID. Yeah. This is not a COVID podcast.
It's not, but hey, life updates. That's why we weren't here last week because he was still feeling it.
I still got a bad cough.
Really?
Yeah, I still got shit up in here.
Why so weak? So weak.
Anyways. Have you been watching Uncle Rogers?
You know Uncle Roger?
Yeah, Uncle Rogers.
Uncle Roger. I didn't know you watched Uncle Roger. Wow. After all this time, we're finding out we watch the same YouTube channel. Yeah, I watch him every Sunday, man. He's the best. He's the best. I'm always doing his accent. I did it on stream a few times too while I was doing Dark Souls. Anyway, speaking of Dark Souls, let's get into what games we're playing. I got fucking so many, dude. It's so fun because I was off I'll try to go quick. I'll try to go quick. So I finished this PS2 game called Kinetica while I was sick. I started Steep. You remember Steep, the Ubisoft snowboarding game? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm mainly just doing snowboard, but you can do skiing, paragliding, wingsuit gliding, and then you can they also add a bunch of other stuff. You can do like this fucking like little like bobsled shit, and you can also do rocket wings, which that's hella fun. And then you can
basically everything that's in Riders Republic.
But just snow, because obviously there's no bikes and there's there's none of that. So yeah, I'm almost done with it because they had a DLC, but the DLC stuff that Ubisoft did was bullshit. So they had a season. Yeah, I know, right? See, they had a season pass, but that only got you it only got you 3 DLC packs. You had to then buy an X Games like pass, which gave you other DLC, but then I was like, okay, cool. I thought I had everything. And then I was like, wait, I'm missing the Olympic Games. So I was like, okay. So I go to try and buy it. You can't buy it. They removed it from the store, probably because of licensing issues because it's the Olympics. But like, I don't remember them ever telling us that. So like, I was like, fuck. But luckily, they released a physical retail edition on the Olympic Games. So you can buy that and you get a voucher. And those vouchers are still valid. So I bought that. It came yesterday night. I'm going to finish that probably tonight because I think most of the DLCs I'm done are pretty short, so I'll finish that up. Be done with that. I finished up Simulacra, so we're not going to finish that on the channel. Travis and I are not going to finish it on the channel. I just finished it up. That was an interesting game. And then I started. I restarted Soma because we're not going to finish that either on the channel. That was just like a few episode thing. I'm like more than halfway through the game. But it's a horror game, so I'm not like fucking itching to play it. But I'm like more than halfway through. It is an interesting premise. I can see absolutely why it got all the raving reviews that it did. I don't know if you remember Soma. It was a game that came from the Amnesia guys. Yeah, that was like their latest game after Amnesia, or like a few of the Amnesias. So it's like an underwater sci-fi robot thing.
Yeah, people said it seemed a lot like a scarier BioShock in a way.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, just way less enemies, of course, and way less confrontations and stuff. But like atmospherically, oh yeah, is that a word? I don't even know. Fuck it, move on. Anyway, so like, yeah, super tense. Even I'm playing on safe mode where enemies can't kill you. I still feel like they can kill me. It's the worst. I hate it. So I'm like halfway through with that. Still finishing that. I did Dark Souls on stream, as some people saw. And I finished it. Done with Demon Souls. Finished it. Done with it. Moving on with it. It was fun. It was great. I will continue playing the rest of the series. And I did do a glitch on it. I don't know if you knew about. There's a glitch, an infinite item glitch, just straight out of Pokemon. It's the best, where you can, and it's only the PS3 version, not the PS5. But what you do is basically, you do this series of little quick things in the Nexus, where you can just level up and stuff, and you can turn any consumable item into 99.
Did you do
you can do
like Soul?
Oh, I did that shit immediately on every single soul I got from every boss. So you have to first beat the first boss without it, which is okay, whatever. So you go through the first boss, and then you go to the Nexus, do your thing, and then you get that boss, you get that soul. I immediately did that glitch, and then I was power leveled to hell right from the get-go. It was amazing. I took out Tower Knight in like 2 swipes. It was the best. And I basically kept doing that every time I got a new soul. I would glitch it and then just keep power leveling up. And it was the best. I loved it. And I would do that shit again. No shame. So I know we talked about glitches in games if I ever used one. Chalk that up for another one that I've used. So I finished that up, and then I think I no oh, and I finally dusted off the old PS5 finally, and I am playing Neo Remastered. I got it for Christmas. I got the remastered collection, and oh man, I've just been my life is over again. It's not often that I get into a game I get immersed into a game as deeply as I did with Neo, especially Neo 1, Neo 2 as well, but like just that like wonder of playing a brand new IP was just so crazy with Neo 1. And I must have put in 500-600 hours, which is that's not often for me. I do play games all the time, but I usually play a lot of different games and stuff. I usually move on once I'm done with it. Move on. I don't usually go back and play like Demon Soul. Like people will play Demon Soul like you'll go back and do another run of Dark Souls for whatever, right? Or Fallout. Once I beat it and I get the platinum or all the trophies, whatever, I'm done. I move on. But Neo, oh no, Neo did not let go of me. It was the best. So I'm playing that again. I just started it like 2 days ago. But I'm probably gonna have the weekend to actually just fucking lay back and just get my teeth.
Are you trying a different build, or are you going back to your tried and true?
So here's the thing. So on my personal playthrough, I will still be using my main weapon. Now, as far as what build I use around that, I don't know yet. Because I think I don't actually remember what I had on Neo. No, Neo 1, I think I had a wind or either a wind or a lightning build. But I might try something different. But I will also be using an axe. However, I will be streaming Neo 1. And I'm going to be doing a top hat only run. Because you can get a top hat armor for William in the first level. And then I confirm that even though you start the game, when you start the proper game, it looks like you don't have any of your shit, but you actually do. It's like in the storehouse though, so I can just go grab it from the storehouse, put that top hat back on, and that's all I'm going to be fucking with the whole game. I'm going to get as far as I can until I just can't go no more. But I will be using a different weapon. I think I'm going to try out the Odachi as my main, and maybe a spear as my secondary. I usually just do an axe, and then I think I choose like a sword or I usually use a sword that I have as my secondary, and it's usually just because it works well with certain builds, just to have for the build set. But we'll see what I can do. At least because on live stream I'm just gonna do one playthrough. I'm not gonna fucking go to end game or anything. Just one playthrough just to beat it. So I won't have to worry so much about builds. But I will be using an Odachi. We'll see how that works. Because it's kind of weird. When I was playing Demon Souls, I wasn't like too. I didn't really try to just do like the huge, the fucking tank. Because I liked rolling too much, and I just cannot stand the slow roll. I just feel like I'm just so exposed, and
yeah. Me too.
Yeah, I know some people can do it and it's fine. Hey, more power to you. But I just don't. I don't like to do that. Anyways, so like even mostly in Demon Souls, I wanted the kind of quicker mobility, like the sword that kind of faster attacks and stuff, and moved on from there. But with Neo, um, ever since I first started playing it, I just been on the axe build. I've always have, so I can handle that slower movement and like the fewer attacks and all that. So I can handle that on Neo, but like other games I can't. But anyways, I think that wraps it up. I may be missing one game, but it doesn't matter. That kind of hits the high points. What about you?
So when I was sick, I started another playthrough of Dark Souls 3
again.
But
wait, is this different than the Dex one you said you did?
No. That was the
okay.
Dex one.
I was like, how in the world?
Yeah, so I did a pure Dex run with the Wind Blades, the WIN blades.
I'm sure some people know what he's talking about. As
the community calls it. And I got all the way to the final boss. I have not yet been able to beat him. I've tried him like 10 times. He is a bitch and I hate him. And because of the choices I made during the game, I don't have any NPCs to help me. So I have to do it all on my own.
Well, what about having some online players help you?
I could do that if I knew somebody. I don't like playing with randos, so.
But you just all you need is just this one final boss.
Maybe.
It's not like you're playing the rest of the game.
I guess I might try to put down a white signpost and see what I can do.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, we'll see. I've taken a break for that. I've started Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts,
which is really good. I never played the first one because I never had an original Xbox. I can download it off of Game Pass, but I'm not a guy that goes back and plays like really old games.
He's a loser. He thinks he can get it all the lore in the most recent game.
I just don't. But
and then the purists are pointing at you like you don't fucking know.
But anyway, I've been playing that and that's a lot of fun. It's funny. It's good gameplay, good platforming. It's a lot of fun. I've only had to look up like a few different collectibles to find all of them. And then I just downloaded Spelunky 2. I'll probably try to play that.
Ooh, I heard that
one's pretty brutal.
Fucking brutal, man. Which is so deceiving. I had no idea it was hard.
Oh, yeah.
When I first saw it, I seen the gameplay, I was like, oh, okay. But then people were like, no, man, this game is a nightmare. And I was like, oh, it is? And I was like, all right, why? That sucks.
I downloaded that because that's on Game Pass. I downloaded One Piece Warriors 4 just to mess around with. I probably won't finish that. It's like Dynasty Warriors, but with One Piece.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are those games called?
Musuo?
Moose,
I don't know. I just call them Dynasty Warriors games.
But people call those games something else.
Well, they call it by their Japan name.
Oh,
that's their Japanese name.
Well, they just say Musuo style game or something like that. I think that's what they say.
And then one of my a YouTuber that I subscribe to that does mostly NCAA content.
Hey.
But he hasn't done an NCAA content in a long time. But he just started a new playthrough with a new made up school, and he does like basically they're like shit tier, and he plays and he builds them up. So it got me itching to play some NCAA. Of course, if you know anything about NCAA, if you don't have it, good luck getting it and not paying $100-$200 for it. Or having an emulator or a computer that can run an emulator, which I don't have either. So I just downloaded the latest Madden 21 and I'm playing it. It's shit.
You know that's not the same. Know that ain't the same.
It's shit, but it's still
even football. If Madden was competent, it still probably wouldn't be the same as NCAA.
I would much rather I just play the hell out of a competent Madden. But yeah, you don't have like the same like recruiting thing.
Yeah. That ain't the same.
But that's about it. I probably won't have a lot of time to play coming up because I had my first day of class yesterday. and I have Spanish again, and that's gonna kick my ass. So I will
again.
I have to
How
take
much Spanish do you need to
4
do?
fucking classes, man. I have to have 20 credits of Spanish.
Well, I guess that would equate to 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years of Spanish.
Did you not do it in high school?
No, I didn't.
That's why, you
Not enough to
dumbass.
count. Yeah, not enough to
That's
count.
why.
Yeah.
Didn't you listen to those counselors that said if you want to go to college, you got to take 2 years of a language?
No,
Otherwise, you got to do it in
you
college.
think I listened to them? They were like, "Are you sure you wanna drop chemistry because then you'll have to do it in college?" First off, I was like, "No, fuck this shit." Secondly, guess who doesn't have to fucking take chemistry? Yeah, that's right, this guy. So,
dude, chemistry would be so much easier than Spanish.
That's true, but I don't have to take it either way. I would have still had to take Spanish. I should have done it in high school. I should have, but I didn't. And now, to be fair, that I didn't know I was gonna get brain damage from concussions when I decided not to take Spanish, and that's really what's fucking me over. Is just so the instructor doesn't talk in English at all. And so, while my brain's trying to figure out the first fucking 2 words he said in Spanish, he keeps on rattling off, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck he said. And I get a migraine, and then it's just over. So, anyway, video games.
And then you fall asleep, and you just end it and give up. Yeah, okay, cool.
I just need to pass 70%. Just get 70% and call it good.
I think you might be speaking to the people... some people too close to home.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask you a question. Back on your Dark Souls thing.
Yeah.
So for the uninitiated, and that includes me, what does a dex run mean?
It means that a pure dex run, it means that you just all of your points go into dexterity,
okay, yes,
vitality, and endurance. You don't put it in anything else besides maybe some strength if you want a certain dex weapon.
Okay.
And that. So you would get a dex weapon that scales well in dex, and then you would get a sharp gem to make it scale even more in dex, but it lowers the base stats. So that's a pure dex run. You can mix dex with with the, I can't remember the one to increase bleed, and you can do a bleed run. But yeah, so I just did a pure dex run, which tends to have, you don't put anything into equip load management, so you generally have to stick with lower tier armor. But yeah, and you stay mobile.
Low tier light armor.
I mean, they don't classify the armor in this light, heavy, medium. Weight.
I'm just saying low tier. Well, you said it's not good
either, yeah, it doesn't. So. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't block physical damage that much.
So they didn't have good lighter gear. They didn't put good light gear.
No. So in Dark Souls 3, armor doesn't scale anymore. So the armor is what the armor is. So the only thing that really matters is what your equip load wants to be, what you want your equip load to be. So I could put on heavy, really heavy armor and still be a dex build, but then I wouldn't be able to roll or anything. So, and I think in Dark Souls 1 and maybe Demon Souls, they have scaling in armor and requirements for strength and stuff, but not in Dark Souls 3.
I can say Demon Souls definitely has requirements.
Yeah,
for sure.
They don't have requirements for armor.
But I don't think there's scaling.
Okay. I know
scaled.
I know in Dark Souls the original Dark Souls, you can use Adamite to or Titanite to upgrade your armor and make it better, but not in Dark Souls 3. You can't upgrade armor in Dark Souls 3.
Well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because I've only played Demon Souls. Anyways, cool. So I know Dex is good with bows. At least that's what it was in Demon Souls.
I mean, yeah, so but I don't touch a bow.
So obviously, Dex means you don't have a high equip, you don't have much strength, only enough to hold your weapon, but you're very nimble. It seems you're really nimble.
I like to stay in the lowest tier, lowest equip load. So for the best roll, which I think is in the 30% equip load. So you have to have it under 30% weight. Yeah.
Do they use percentages in Dark Souls 3? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So in Demon Souls, there's no percentages, just fucking numbers, and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, it gives you the percentage, and same in Dark Souls. The version of Dark Souls doesn't give you a percentage, but 3 it gives you your percentage.
Cool. Look forward to that.
Yeah, so it's like, and it'll tell you like if you get into the red, that means you're fat rolling. So
I think that was in the same with Demon Souls. I think they did at least tell me that. But it's like, come on, man. But it's fine. I have a math minor for a reason, right? But I might as well use it. So, like, does Dex allow you to, besides the nimbleness, does it, like, give you any other perk?
No. It's just your weapon scaling out, where you scale with your weapons.
Okay. Interesting. All right, cool. Oh, there you go, guys. Because, I mean, like, not everyone's played Dark Souls. So, not everyone knows. And even though I played a Demon Souls, I still don't really know, like, everything. Like, maybe there's some secret stuff that I don't know. Because that's what they're all about, telling you shit that you don't know. So, anyways. Cool. So, we're, I actually don't have, like, an intermediary question here for this week.
Okay.
Do you? Anything top of your head?
We talked a lot. We can skip that. What's your main?
All right. Well, I mean, we kind of discussed that at least, but we're gonna get a little heavy, guys. We're gonna get a little heavy this week. So I was thinking about kind of taking a little left field here. I was thinking about as we all know, gaming can help. Gaming commonly helps a lot of people with just all types of things, right? Emotional stuff, mental stuff, loneliness in general, boredom, just all types of things gaming has been used as ailments for. And so instead of us getting too deep about all the things that gaming can help as far as like mental conditions and emotional conditions, David thought we also just to keep it relatable to us and just kind of give our own anecdotes about how gaming has helped us with our mental or emotional problems or just maybe tough times that we're going through. And so that's what the bulk of this podcast is going to be about. It's going to be a little more deeper, a little more tense, I guess, maybe, a little more serious. But I mean, it comes up time again, and we're not going to get any statistics. We don't have nothing to bring. We'll have our own personal stories. But I think it's worth talking about. I think it's something important to talk about because, I mean, I've been in the Discord, you guys will see me in the Discord and stuff. And even outside Discord, the amount of people in the gaming, geek, anime, whatever, that whole sphere, right? So many of them are afflicted by some kind of a mental or emotional problem, right?
Yeah.
It's to the point where like I joke. I mean, I don't mean like in a dick way, but I joke about like it's crazy how because I don't have suffered from anything, anything crazy like depression or anything like that. It's crazy to think that like I feel like I'm the outlier, right? Like me not having any issues is the outlier. I mean, I don't have stats on that, but like it just feels like it because all the time I hear from like people on the Discord or in the news, gaming news, whatever, people just talking about, or Reddit. You can go to Reddit. I mean, shit, go to Reddit, man. You'll find everything there. Like the amount of people that have like some kind of depression or even further like suicidal tendencies or thoughts, or they just suffer from maybe some kind of anxiety or something else. It's just crazy.
So like, and this is maybe getting a little bit different, but like, there's some people out there who might complain that our generation and the younger generations are
just complaining all the time,
are complaining and are soft and whatever. But like, what it really is that our recognition of these illnesses, these mental illnesses, not only just there's less stigma about going and getting help and admitting that you have these problems, and instead of roughing it out and turning to alcoholism or drugs or whatever, which is what the past generations did. They weren't depressed, they just were fucking alcoholics and beat their wives and shit.
Like, okay, yeah, you're not depressed.
They're not depressed. You're just gonna beat the shit out of your wife.
They're just a wife beater. All right, cool. It's fine. It's fine, man. It's
back in my day when I got sad, I just hit my
I just
wife.
punched my wife in the nose, and you called it good.
Yeah, so there's less stigma. There's less stigma about going and getting help, about facing these mental illnesses. We're getting better. We're more diversifying. So there's been an increase of disorders in the book. Oh frick, what's the book called?
There's a book.
Yeah, there's a book of that psychologists use, and I can't remember what the frick it's called.
Comment if you know the book.
Yeah, but there's more. They've more like they've taken some disorders where they kind of grouped them into and kind of in the past, and now have separated them out into different disorders. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that we just are doing more shit about it, which is why it seems like more people have shit, because we're just addressing it, which is good. But yeah, no, about gaming. So like, I guess I'll go first since I'm the one talking.
I guess so.
Unlike RJ, I have gone through some like depression. I was pretty depressed in high school. Like probably from my freshman year to maybe the end of my junior year. And like gaming was part of my escape from that, like I got to go home, not think about, the shit that I was, kind of dealing with about my own personal thoughts about who I was and what people thought about me and stuff like that. And I just got to go and play video games and be good at something, and escape and be in a different world. And it was, it was really nice to have that escape. It was really like, I really was never too much into like the social aspect of it, which because I never played MMOs, and I know that's like when I talk to people, when I hear stories, like a lot of people are like, I don't have friends, or I didn't have friends in high school, but my friend group was MMOs, or my brother-in-law, he was like, I didn't have friends in high school, but real friends IRL, but my friends were my Xbox friends that he still has to this day. He still gets on and plays, Xbox Live with guys he's been playing Xbox Live with for, almost 20 years at this point for him.
God damn.
Somewhere around there, getting there at least. So yeah, I never had that, but it was definitely like I was able to escape into a different world, kind of just shut myself in my room. And kind of just, stop feeling the shit I was feeling for a little bit. Now for me, now that I'm a little bit more emotionally stable, it's just about detoxing. Like when I'm, done with school and I've been thinking a lot, I just don't want to think. So I'll get on and I'll play some mind numbing stuff like Madden or MLB, something to just, relax and detox for a little bit. Um, so it's been good. I definitely have needed that a lot less since being married, because now, although my wife will tell you differently, I play less video games now, because I detox with her. We watch anime or talk or whatever. So overall, well, anime, that's a whole different thing, but video games has been that for me. Just kind of that safe place to go, that different worlds to escape into. I never really read that much. I'm getting into it now, well, more like audiobooks. But Fallout and Elder Scrolls and Mass Effect were those books or stories that I would get into, and to kind of escape from my world. So yeah.
I will say, I know we're not talking about particularly anime per se, but I could imagine anime gave you something close to that too.
Well, like that's the thing, like anime. So I didn't get hugely into anime until I was out of high school.
Out of high school?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was like your last year or two of high school.
No, I mean, that's when I got into it, but I was only watching like Naruto and Bleach. Like I didn't watch anything like I watch now. I didn't really start getting really into anime until after high school, after I graduated.
Yeah. Okay. But I imagine though, so it gives you the...
Oh, yeah. If we're talking anime is done, like I've always said my entire life. Like I have three loves, like of things I do or things I like to do. It's basketball. Either it was playing and soon it'll be coaching, video games and anime. And if I could only pick one to keep for the rest of my life, it would be anime, hands down. Like I would, like, it would suck to never coach. Like, that's my dream. So like that's the thing. That's how much you have to understand that I love anime. It is my dream, my lifelong dream, to coach basketball.
It is, people. He's not lying.
But if you told me, David, you can either watch anime for the rest of your life or coach, I would pick anime. I'm sorry. Like, I can find another dream. I can't find another anime, you know? Like, there is no other anime. So, and video games, like, again, I love video games. I don't play it nearly as much as I used to. And like video games, like, I don't even think about that when it comes to like that question. Like,
really doesn't. He's telling me.
I'd be very sad about never being able to coach. And it would take me a little bit to find another dream, but you can't replace Hinata Shoyo, bro. You can't replace Luffy D Monkey. Like, that's my heart, I don't have a fucking coaching flag on the back of my wall, So
hey, it's all right. I'm just laughing with you.
Yeah.
Because I also know there'll be someone watching this that's going to be like, this man gets it. This man right here, he gets it. He fucking gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I know we're not going to get too much into anime, but make no mistake, anime definitely has gotten David out of some slumps before, because I feel like anime and gaming kind of they're really good mediums that provide you such a universe to get into,
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine anime is a little bit easier because you can jump from universe to universe and just get into it. And obviously it's animated, so all the feelings that they try to purvey, all the emotions that they purvey in their characters, just comes out way more dramatically, or maybe comes out on the way that sometimes you thought it would come out, and you in your past situations with that similar thing, but like you wish it was like that. You'll see the way they do it, and you're like, I fucking wish. Like when I went through that, it was the exact same way, right?
Yeah.
Especially with the music playing in the back and the fucking eyes glittering in the sunlight and their hair blowing with no wind, or just wind that showed up out of nowhere. We all wish for that.
Yeah.
So it's just you get that, and it's just it definitely can make you forget where you are, especially if you really get into a series. I've done that with you, because he and I watched a couple animes together before he moved, and when things were getting heated, and I mean heated in a good way, like exciting and shit, like you couldn't tell me I was at David's house. I forgot where the fuck I was. I just knew I was here. David was there. TV was there, and we're just having a good time. So I understand. I absolutely understand. But yeah, as David tried to happiness shame me, I don't know. I didn't even know that was a thing. You fucking happiness shamed me.
I'm like this loser who's never been depressed.
Hashtag happiness shame. Apparently, you're not allowed to be happy in 2022 anymore. But yeah. Okay. Obviously, I've been in depressive states, because depression is an emotion as well, and I have felt depressed at times. I have been through some sad times in my life, like everyone. That's inevitable. That's gonna happen. Even the fucking rich ass pricks who just get everything handed to them, they get sad too. I mean, the shit they get sad about makes no sense.
They just
but they get sad too.
With $100
bills. With the fucking with the money, with $100 bills, but they cry all the same. So we all go through shit. And don't make no mistake, I understand that I've been fortunate to go, to not have been through anything too traumatic, and that is a lot of factors have played into why that is. I mean, partially it's just myself, of course. I owe a lot to my mom, with the way she kind of raised me and the rest of my siblings. Also, I have never had it confirmed, but I think I might have told you, I feel like I have a very small form of autism. and I'm not saying this just willy-nilly, like something I've talked about for a long time, and my mom kind of agrees, because I do show some of the tendencies of it.
Yeah, you process shit differently.
And I do.
Yeah.
And I think that helps it sucks sometimes. I absolutely know that.
Yeah.
But it helps other times.
Yeah.
And I think I can compartmentalize shit sometimes to my benefit.
Yeah.
And I think that has helped me through the years when tough things have happened, because I mean, I've been through my parents' divorce, and that was when I was 9, and I didn't understand games like I do now. So it was like, I didn't look at that as an escape. So I was going through that at that age, but like the way it was handled, the after shit was handled. Like, first of all, they divorced, but my dad immediately left to Iraq or Afghanistan because he was in the military. So he was doing that. So it's not like I could ever hear him talk crap, right? And when he did write to us, he always just told us how things were going over there, and just told us that he missed us and stuff. He didn't use it to like talk shit about my mom or anything, or complain about shit. He just said what was going on, wished us well, blah blah blah. And then my mom never said shit about my dad to us. So though I didn't grow up, even though it was a divorced home, and it was a single mom, single home, I did not grow up with a lot of ill feelings towards anybody, like with a lot of grudges and a lot of hatred, because that happens all the time with divorced parents. I didn't have that. And so that, I feel that helped, because I don't have any anger inside, I have no reason to find an escape. But and then my mom did her best to raise us. She doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, no drugs. She didn't. Now, okay, I don't know everything that happened because I was really young, but like as far as bringing people home to the house, that never happened. I never woke up the next day and saw her with like some random some rando,
Yeah.
some rando dude in the bed with her, right? Never. The first man that I saw, like that I knew about her, was my now stepdad.
Yeah.
She waited like, I don't even know how many years between the two for that shit to happen, right? So I never had that either, which is great. And obviously with the no substance abuses or anything, obviously there's no outbursts, no crazy shit going on with that. So you have that. I would say what I did have, though, I did have to watch my siblings way younger than I should have.
Yeah.
Way younger than I should have.
Yeah.
Like illegally, like technically. So I think because I had to be home all the time. All the time, because like if my siblings are out playing outside and I'm playing outside, who gonna be watching who? Who knows where who's at when my mom comes home and wants to know where her kids are?
Yeah.
So I think that's when the gaming started, because like I'm home all the time. So what else is home all the time? My PS2's home all the time. So you might as well fucking play it, right? I wasn't supposed to. We can keep it on hush hush. But like, that's all I had. So to me, it was like a sense of getting an escape from what I was doing, just all I had was that, right? So like the way I was raised, upbringing, helped with that. And obviously that kind of goes to another discussion we're not going to talk about, just about like just how important it is to just the early beginnings of anyone's life, and I have a strong opinion of everything kind of starts with the parents, but that's just my opinion. We can talk about that some other day. But yeah, I owe a lot to my mom on that. And then I'm not going to get too preachy here, but I'm religious, like I mentioned in the podcast with Malika. I'm a Christian, and obviously I do attribute some of that to that. You don't have to agree, and that's fine, but I personally do, and it has helped me. So hey, kudos to me. So that's kind of why I haven't, all of those things kind of bundled together for why I fortunately have not had to go through deep depression like David said he has, and I've seen Travis go through some real tough shit, and all that. I don't have like any BP, I don't have anxieties, I don't have this. I mean, I do have a issue with alcohol, but I like to spin that in a good way, because alcohol's technically not good for you. So, that's kind of how I spin that shit. But as far as that, I don't have anything major that's like life threatening or anything, So, but I have been through some shit, like it's usually stuff with like breakups or like some stuff, like some things that just aren't going well in my life in
your
general.
life,
Maybe
your life not
like
heading. the direction you want to.
You know, it's just like, or just some shit just got thrown my way that you're just like, fuck, man, I just don't want to do this, right? But the biggest time, the one biggest time gaming really helped me out was after my third relationship. Chanel, you remember her?
Yeah.
That was like my first long term, and also like I was like 20, 21, but I was an adult, you know, so like that was like the real outside of your pubescence, you know, kind of relationship, right?
Yeah, and
like,
I don't know if this is how it went down, because we weren't like, we were friends, but we weren't.
Oh
close.
no, we were friends. No, we were, because
like, but not, but
oh,
okay,
we were.
but not like how we are now or how we were.
Well, obviously, but like we were already good friends.
Yeah, but like, okay, so but I'm just trying to, you know, caveat this, but like,
Okay.
I don't remember hearing anything before it happened, like that you guys, you know, were having trouble or whatever.
Oh,
all of a sudden you just text me and be like, Chanel just broke up with me.
Well, because that's what happened.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
there's nothing to know. No, that's because it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I can't tell you anything because I didn't know anything was up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So that's
like,
why it felt.
I can see why.
If you think it was out of the left field for you, it was out of left field for me too.
It came out of the stands for you. It was like,
well, yeah, it was kind of like
can that motherfucker participate? Okay. Like, why are you throwing shit from the stands?
I'll use a sports analogy for you. It's like a dude who's like trying to go back to a seat in the stands, and then a foul ball comes out of nowhere and just hits him right in the head, in the back of the head. He's like, I wasn't even sitting down. Like, you can't even wait for me to sit down. It's like, I didn't even participate in this. So yeah, that was like the first big one, you know, like first, like, I mean, other relationships, I actually initiated the breakup. So like, it was like, that was also new too, to be on the other end of that. But yeah, like, it's just all of that. Like, so I actually ended up, that was when I was playing New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas. And
on survivor mode.
Well, one of the playthroughs were not. I had to do 2 playthroughs. One of them was on survivor mode. Another one was something else. It's not hard. I know. I was playing on easy difficulty, but it has survival. That's all survivor mode is. It just adds survival elements, but they're easily manageable because you can set the difficulty to easy. So, it's not hard. Anyways, what is hard is dealing with the fucking save file that's always increasing on the PlayStation 3, so that when you get to certain points in the game, it completely shuts the fucking game down, because it's like, oh, it's a PS3. Like, I thought we were in the PS3 2010. I didn't know we were in 1995, and it can't handle the RAM or something. Like, it was like, what the hell? Yeah. Let's not talk about that. Okay. Anyways.
We're talking about how it helps with depression.
We're talking about sad, okay?
not making it more depressive.
Yeah, well, that did suck, because I was already like kind of like agitated. I was easily agitated during that period, and that would, oh man, so mad. But anyways, I didn't have much time to play because I was in school at the time too, and I was also having a night class, so I wouldn't even get home till like I had a class that ended at 10:30 p.m. and I didn't live on campus. I lived 45 minutes from my campus. So 10:30 p.m. you get out, or maybe it was 10. But then I got a 45-minute drive home after that. So I'm not getting home to probably close to 11. And then I had like an early morning after that. So like, I couldn't stay up till like 2. I had to go to bed like at midnight because I had class like the next day, like really early in the morning, that I had to, again, drive all the way to. But anyways, I will play that game. And maybe if you're going to take anything being positive out of this, what I was able to do during that period was, because a lot of Fallout is just wandering, right? Place to place. You may not find an NPC for a while, you know? You might not even find an enemy for a little while. It's a lot of walking around. If you're not fast traveling, it's just a little walking around, especially if you're going to a vault that's empty, you know, of enemies, but like, you can just explore it. Like, so anyways, there's a lot of that. It's a lot of solitary, just by yourself. Like, technically nothing's really happening. So what I did, it allowed me to do a lot of thinking. So I was sad, of course, and I would kind of replay the shit a lot in my head, you know, the way it happened. Or I wouldn't say the way it happened, because like, we handled it as amicably as we could. Like, there was no fighting or anything, but like, just the breakup itself, the breaking up. I would kind of replay that and kind of, of course, it was so fresh, so she's obviously still in my head, thinking about good times and shit and all that, and like, I didn't want you back, thinking about that shit, right? And like, what did I do? But as time went on, you start thinking about like, okay, what did I do? What are their signs? Or even if there weren't, you just start thinking about like, what were some of the things that I kind of did that was a little bit shitty, of me, and then you start thinking about that, and you start thinking you kind of just, not to blame yourself, it's just to help yourself get better. I'm not a blamer. I'm not a self-blamer. I've never been a self-blamer. And so it was just meant to be more like, I did this. I don't think it was the right thing to do, and I shouldn't do that next time. Or, I start thinking about, like reevaluating, what do I really like in a partner? Like now that I'm no longer around that person, do I still like everything that kind of person has, or have I kind of evolved and my needs and wants are different? Because I'm usually one that also takes a long time between relationships too, so I have a lot of time to think. I'm very big on self-reflection, so I spent that time playing New Vegas, all those periods of kind of solitary. It allowed me a lot of time to think. I just did a lot of thinking. So that game provided me those moments of reprieve where I could just literally just sit down with myself, and I'm playing the game, but I'm kind of zoning out, like you said with MLB or whatever. And, I'm kind of zoning out at points, but I'm thinking about that, and I'm trying to transform the sadness into growth to figure out what can I do next time, right? It still took me some time to get over everything, and me getting over it took a moment with God, but I'm not going to get too deep into that. I can tell David that off camera, but because we don't want to make anyone uncomfortable here. But anyways, but that was when I was able to actually finally put it to rest. But in the meantime, New Vegas helped me with that period of time, and it was much better than just literally sitting there on my bed or whatever, and it's all I could think about, because that was all I was thinking about. Like, any song could trigger me to start tearing up if it was the right song. You know how it goes. Just, I have my iPod on, like, I just say iPod. I have my iPod on shuffle or whatever, and I don't know what's gonna come next, what song's gonna come next, but like, it gets that one song, and I'm like, oh no. And it's just, you're just ready to tear up, like, I was watching a lot of Last of Us.
That New Vegas soundtrack, though, you just
I don't remember it.
You don't remember it? Oh man, I love the New Vegas soundtrack. It's so good.
I think I remember a little bit of Threes, I think, because it was like that jazz one, but that's about it.
Jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle.
I couldn't, dude. Like, I'm
so good.
You're the Fallout guy, not me. So now Crash Bandicoot, I could tell you some of the jingles on that, but anyways, yeah. So I mean, that was like the biggest, I think, help I got from gaming for me. But like, every day though, it just, like it helps me just let go and unwind of the day. And I need that. And that's my avenue. I might watch some animes here and there sometimes if I'm just bored of playing a game, but that's almost never happens. But yeah, gaming is what I do to pass the time, because I actually don't have cable, because I realize I don't watch TV because I don't want to watch TV. I'd rather play games. But without that, I need that. Like, I don't know what I would do, without that. I guess that is an escape, but not an escape because I'm sad, just an escape just to, that's what I want to spend my time with.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do with my day, or my evening before the next day comes. And it's not even this, because I now have a job that I like, so it's not even like to get away from a job. Before, I definitely needed to get away from a job, and I'm not talking GameStop, so I'm not trying to poke fun. It was actually Hertz. That was the worst one, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, do you like, what was like a really big time that like gaming really helped you out?
So
like a really big one.
For me, like, I don't really have that time that gaming helped me out. So like, to me, gaming is always
do anime then.
Like, whatever. Anime either. So like, the one thing that helped me out emotionally was basketball, was sports. So like there was a lot of times where I was going through some stuff and I didn't feel like I was necessarily, you know, attractive or that people liked me or whatever, right? Like I wasn't good in any sort of atmosphere, but like the one time that I knew I was good and that I could, you know, dominate at was basketball. So like I would get on the court and regardless of what I was feeling at home or in school or with a girl or whatever, you know, it didn't matter so long as I was on that court. And, you know, a lot of times I wouldn't say that I had any emotion that was dealt with, at least on the court. I just got away from it more than I got away from it with video games or whatever, because I didn't think about it at all. There was times where like I definitely, you know, there was a little bit of emotion. I was able to take that out on an opponent, you know, with a foul or something. There were some times I got pissed. But no, it was definitely basketball. You know, whenever I was going through some hard time, like I just wanted to get out and play, you know, a pickup game or something like that. Like for me, for real.
Yeah, I mean, spoken like a true sports guy. Yeah. I think guys who were in a sport, not even pro, just any, you know, high school, college, whatever, they probably say the same thing. Yeah. They're like, man, whenever I fucking, you know, go on the gridiron, go on the court, go on the mat, you know, go wherever, you know, I just let go, man. I can just be free. That's how you know this man's a true sports guy, because I would say that about wrestling. And I love wrestling. Don't get that twisted. I love wrestling. Here's a funny side thing. So wrestling, I did amateur wrestling in high school, and I still love it. It's a love-hate relationship, but I love it. But I always realized that like wrestling was not supposed to be a natural fit for me. Because and the reason why is because I don't have natural aggression. And that's why. Like a lot of guys are taking out that aggression on the mat, and you can totally tell. You can totally see it, right? Or some guys are just fucking full of testosterone and they're just ready to go. But I've always been a more mild-mannered, timid guy. Like you guys might not think so in my videos, but day to day I'm a lot more I'm a lot more mild-mannered unless David gets me going. But like by myself, I'm pretty chill most of the time without anything enabling me. So, and I, like I said before, like, you know, the way I was raised and all that stuff, you know, I have a lot of things to hate or dislike or whatever. I grew up, you know, with as much love as I could possibly have. So I didn't grow up with a lot of anger. I didn't grow up with a lot of aggression. And in wrestling, you kind of need to be aggressive. But so like coach would be like, Prozac, or no, he was like Prozac. Like, you got to do the thing. You got to go hard. You got to be more tense. And I'm like, I honestly, coach, this is about as tense you're going to get out of me, man.
But you let her, didn't you?
Yeah, my senior year. Yeah. I think I did. But like, I forget what it took to let her, but it wasn't anything strenuous.
Well, like but I think in wrestling, like you have to wrestle at like a certain level. Like,
I don't remember.
Well, anyway,
I mean, I'm not saying I lost, but I definitely didn't. I was nowhere close to state. I was not even a thought. I was my senior year, I got bogged up in a relationship, which that's a different thing. But like, I never excelled per se. Yeah. I was good. I was decent, and I know the stuff. I could go back in the mat and like maybe do okay, but like. I wasn't garbage, but I was about average. But I still love the sport. I still love it. But anyways, that's a silo side thing. I just wanted to mention that. But the big point I wanted to bring up though was that actually I lost it. Fuck. I just had it when you were talking earlier. I was like, I got it. So I heard, and this is coming from a weird source, but I was watching this stand-up comic, right? The person doesn't matter, but it was a long time ago. Well, I won't say long, maybe 5 years ago. And this guy said he was friends with Dr. Phil, right? And I know he's a meme guy because he has his own show and some wild shit happens on it. And I know it's been all sensationalized, but he is an actual doctor.
Is it Joe Rogan? Are you talking about Joe Rogan?
No, it's not Joe Rogan. Okay. It's not Joe Rogan. I was like, Joe Rogan is no longer a comic. Let's be real. He's a podcaster. All right. He was a comic and he was actually pretty good, but no.
Anyway, back to.
Anyways. he said something that I thought was kind of interesting. So the comic was bringing up a situation to Phil about he said, like, I know this guy, this young kid, he's got some depression, like really bad depression. What do you think? What do you think you could do? And like a really quick solution, not really solution, but a quick thing that would help that I thought was kind of cool, and I didn't think about that, was just have him complete stuff.
Yeah.
Just have him finish things, because the act of just finishing something 100% done, like, you don't think about it, but that actually is like really, that's a positive reinforcement to the brain, because you don't think, like I said, you don't think about it, and I don't think about it, but like you realize, you're like, oh, I finished that, right? And the brain's like, cool, we did something. Like, so you kind of reinforcing a positive, you're doing a positive reinforcement for your brain to let you know, hey, I finished something. I did something. Doesn't matter what it is, but you did something, right?
Yeah.
And so translating that to games, when people play games and they finish them, that's I would like to argue that's a sense of positive reinforcement. I think so. Maybe it's a stretch, but I think it can work, especially if you play a lot of games, or maybe in our series or whatever. You just like, you don't quit it halfway, especially if you like the game. Finish the game all the way. Maybe, okay, by all the way, I don't mean like 100% completion stat, especially if it's like, especially if it's like RDR2. No, I mean, just get to the credits, people. Get to the credits, see the credit line, maybe the epilogue scene or whatever. Just, say you beat it. I would argue that's a good sense of positive reinforcement, especially if gaming is your main medium of just consuming stuff or whatever, doing things. I would say try to, that might help a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't play games and then stop them halfway. I mean, if you don't like it, okay, but like, when you start a game, finish it. Just start what you finish, and that might help a little bit. It by no means is supposed to cure you, but it's just like a little extra tidbit that might just help you get over that hump.
Yeah, it's a day-to-day struggle, but
yeah.
Well, what I would say too is like, I don't know why I'm being so awkward with this fucking transition. If you guys have a story or something that you want to say about, how gaming's helped you or someone or whatever, leave it down in the comment below. We will, I know RJ is all over those comments, so we'd love to hear that. Me and him, obviously, we know that it's helped us a little bit here and there. Obviously, RJ is a little bit more than me. But I know I've heard crazy stories about how gaming has helped people in real big ways. So, if you have any of that or just the small stuff, leave comments down below. We'd love to hear about that.
Yeah. And I mean, I know personally, a lot of you guys have been willing to share your stories in the Discord, whatever. Or if you have been willing to tell your story outside of that and we don't know you, hey, man, first of all, good job on being willing to share that. But secondly, be willing to share it again, and if you think you guys have anything that might help, put it down in the comments for other people to see. Someone else might see that and it might help them. Because I mean, I've looked in comments for other things, and sometimes the comments provide the tips that you're looking for rather than the video. Yeah. And so, if you have something
what the fuck do we know?
Yeah, what do we? I mean, yes, especially me, Mr. Happiness Shame over here. Like Mr. Happy all the time. So,
this guy,
I definitely don't know. I
didn't even have an emo phase. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, first of all, I'm black. All right. We were like the one race that really didn't have that. Now, some of us did, yes, but a lot of us didn't. I think for the equivalent was like black kids getting into anime, and you would have like an anime phase for a little while. Now, some of them definitely they kept it, but I think I saw that when it comes to black people. We didn't really go through the emo phase. Or if we did go to the emo phase, we didn't show it with fucking lip piercings and dyeing our hair blonde a little bit.
I didn't do that either. I definitely listened.
Your hair's already blonde. But,
I definitely listened to like screamo. Like,
okay, like we might have listened to the music. I've heard some black people, that said like they were into My Chem or Anberlin or whatever, but like we didn't visually show it like you guys did or other races did. We didn't fucking have the bangs. We didn't have the lip piercing. We didn't have the fucking chain pants. We didn't have that. We didn't do that, but we may have listened to the music. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, guys, we won't belabor this any longer. Thank you guys for listening. I know this is a little more serious than David. We talked about this.
These are my hands.
All right, ignore his hands because they don't make any sense right now. We won't play this any longer. Sorry. I know this was a little more serious than normal. It's not serious anymore with David's doing his hand stuff, but we do realize most of it was kind of serious. But hey, it's an important topic to talk about. I mean, gaming and mental health I've been increasingly going hand in hand as the years have gone on, and especially with more psychiatrists and psychologists like acknowledging the benefits of gaming more and more often, especially for those kids who have severe disabilities, like people who have like severe autism.
Yeah.
Gaming is usually the thing that helps them get through that shit. I've read a lot of stories on that, but yeah. So like we said before, if you have your own personal story and you're willing to share, put it down below. We love to hear from you guys. You know, and yeah, I think that'll be it. Now you can show your hands, David. Goodbye, guys. Take care.